So, when you're wearing a pair of pants and you have to keep tightening the belt, does that mean that you're getting skinnier? Or does that possibly mean that your gut's getting too big and pushing everything down? Whoa. How you doing? Pretty cool, huh? Oh, you like your reflection, do you? So I hope this video is finding everybody well. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's a beautiful day in February. It's always a beautiful day when you can go for a ride and test out new equipment. I can tell you already that it really is making a difference. Just at 30 miles an hour. Or maybe I'm just hyper excited. I've been so excited about trying this out ever since I put these on. Not just the handguards, but the lowers too. The lower wind protection. I don't know if it makes out on the camera or not. If not, you can go back and check out the other video where I installed them. But today is a rather breezy day and it's chilly out. It's not as cold as it's gonna get, but that's okay. I purposely wore gloves that are my summer gloves just to try it out and see how much wind protection my hands are actually getting. And I can tell you guys right now, I'm getting a lot. And of course, I picked the time of day when it's rush hour traffic, because I guess that's how we roll around here. I also changed the position on my camera, on my helmet camera a little bit. Tell me if you guys like it. Here we go. Raised it up a little bit. Oh, yes. Oh my gosh, guys. Yes, I mean, I know you can probably still hear the breeze blowing and stuff like that. Of course you can. I'm riding a motorcycle, duh. But what I'm trying to say is that these wind guards really make a difference. Wow. You wouldn't think the two little fins down there on the forks are going to make that big of a difference, but my gosh. And that was only a 40. If we can get out of traffic here a little bit, and I can go for a little bit, we'll get it up to some decent speeds and see how she feels. So, I'm not a religious watcher of Shade Tree Surgeon. I was having a conversation with Lucky Aces, and we were talking about riding and how it seems kind of like, oh my gosh, wow guys. I'm sorry, I can't concentrate on what I'm trying to say because it is so much different riding this bike, I can't describe it. We're doing a little over 40 now, and usually I'm pretty well, my helmet's not really moving, but it's got vibration in it, and that is completely gone. Wow. If you guys are interested in my previous video, which I will link at the end of this one, you can see where I installed them, the model numbers and everything like that, if you're interested in possibly getting something like this for your Shadow, or whatever bike it is that you ride and own. But anyway, Lucky and I were talking. I'm sorry guys, I'm like super distracted by these wind guards. Trying to do two things at once for an old guy like me makes life difficult, I guess. But anyway, what I was trying to say is we were discussing, or I had mentioned to him, that I asked him if he'd saw Shade Tree Surgeons why are you honking? Okay, take 3,000. Here we go. But Shade Tree Surgeon, who I don't watch religiously, and I don't know him or anything like that personally. Oh my gosh, guys, this wind protection is great. Thank you, Lucky Aces. Again, Lucky Aces pulls Tim's butt out of the fire and makes life livable on the motorcycle. First the seat, then the pegs, now the wind protection. Thank you, Lucky. Thank you, sir. It's great. It's awesome. Anyway, all right. I'll probably edit a lot of this crap out because I'm all over the place. But anyway, Shade Tree Surgeon put out a video about the death of cruisers, and he went to Burt's Barracuda, which is a Harley dealer, but they deal in all different types of bikes and everything, and he kind of used it as an example. He was talking about how many cruisers were really out there on the lot. Let me know, leave a comment, let me know if you guys have seen this video. But he was basically lamenting that the cruiser bike has seen its time, that it's over. And I don't know 100% if that is true or not, but I will say this. The popularity of the cruisers, just from like Facebook Marketplace, if you go on and look at what bikes are for sale, you're going to see a ton of metric cruisers out there. Kawasaki's, Hondas, Harleys even, Yamahas, Suzuki's. All the cruiser bikes seem to be for sale, and they're going for a pretty decent price. But is that style of motorcycle lost its edge? It's no longer popular anymore? Am I riding a dying breed, so to speak? Are you riding a dying breed if you have a cruiser? Do you even care? I personally don't care, but it seems like the end of an era. It seems like, that the days of the cruiser are numbered, and what it seems like everybody seems to be going for now are these adventure bikes. And don't get me wrong, I really don't have an opinion one way or another on the adventure bike, whether if I like it a whole ton. The adventure bike seems pretty versatile. I don't know about comfort level though. I guess it depends on the individual. But apparently, and I do watch several channels of people that actually do ride the ADVs, and they really seem to like them. So why is it that the cruiser is going out of style and the adventure bikes seem to be gaining in popularity more and more and more? Well, you could ask yourself that question, and you could say, well, maybe it's because it's a sign of the times, and this look is more outdated than, people just aren't looking for the big bagger cruisers anymore, the rolling couches per se. Or is it just that the adventure bike has a perceived notion of a lot more versatility? Now, I know, honestly, that you could take an ADV, adventure bike, and run it down gravel roads and more off-road, less pavement. My gosh, you can do the same with a cruiser, right? Not that most people do, but you can do it. I don't see Honda or Harley, especially Harley, or any of them really ceasing production and going straight to nothing but ADVs. So, just a quick question while I do this ride. I had to have something to try to talk about, dang it. I would love a comment. Hear what you guys think, let me know. And I can report to you guys honestly that this wind protection is phenomenal. I'm going to have to do a little bit of adjustment on the lowers, I noticed. Just a little bit. Probably bring them down just a hair, because they are letting a little bit of wind through. I was told that maybe I need to go a little higher. I'll play with it. But I'm telling you guys, if you're looking for something that's going to smooth out your ride, as far as, because at one point I got up to 60 miles an hour and I had absolutely no problem. Now I did see some buffeting from side to side, but that's just because it's a windy day out. and the bike is light enough that, you know, when we get strong enough winds, it's going to move the bike a little bit. I mean, that's just a given. This isn't a 1,200 pound motorcycle like the Goldwing would be, or a Vulcan Voyager. So if you guys are experiencing buffeting issues and stuff like that, and I'll tell you this much, you're going to get more wind buffeting, obviously, if you do not have a windscreen. But if you're experiencing some wind buffeting and you're one of those that just hates a windscreen, I see it looks like on the camera that I'm looking through the windscreen the whole time. Actually, I'm not. My eyesight's about up here as I ride, so I'm really not looking through the windscreen. The windscreen for me is perfect, but there are those that just absolutely hate a windscreen on a motorcycle. Try some lowers if you're still experiencing some buffeting or helmet vibration. Because I'm not kidding you guys, my helmet vibration that I was experiencing, I figured, well, it was just part of the ride or whatever, is completely gone. Longer rides and stuff like that, that wind beating on you constantly, it's going to wear you down, man. It's going to tire you out, give you a headache. Not to mention the noise. The noise level in my helmet has been greatly reduced just by having this wind protection on. Really not that expensive when you compare what it's going to cost you to get like a Batwing fairing. And I just don't like the idea of the fairing. Maybe on a bigger bike, maybe on if I get a VTX 13 or 1800, maybe then, yes, then I can see it. But on this bike, man, I just want the old school look as much as I possibly can get. And I think it kind of achieves it. Yeah, I mean, you can obviously see the hand protection and you can see the lowers down there. But I'm telling you, I don't think it takes anything away from the look because they're stylish, they look good, they're black, they match the bike. You can get them clear too. You don't have to get smoked. They sound clear as well. But leave a comment and let me know what you guys think of the look now that you've had more of a chance to see it outside of my messy garage. Is it something that you think you guys could see on your own bike? Do you already have it on your own bike? One other thing I'm going to let you guys know that I'm looking into as an upgrade for my motorcycle is a 39 tooth sprocket for the rear. Now, I have chain drive on this bike. A lot of you guys might have, probably not belt, you probably have shaft drive on your motorcycles. And if that's the case, then you're not really going to be able to do it. But one of my viewers, one of the subscribers to the channel, made an excellent suggestion. And I'm sorry, sir. Again, I forget your name. I'm lucky I can remember what I had for lunch. But anyway, he made a suggestion about the higher vibration of this bike. This bike will do highway all day long, but sometimes it feels like it's really screaming. The engine's screaming really hard. So his suggestion to me, which I thought was a good one, is get a 39 tooth sprocket for the back. And what that does is yes, it will affect your takeoff a little bit, but it doesn't really affect anything. I've done a lot of research on it. It doesn't really affect whatever torque and takeoff power you have. It may affect it slightly, but what it does is when you're up in those higher gears, it allows your RPMs to run lower on the motorcycle. So you can do a lot more highway time without it feeling like you're at the very, very top end of fifth gear, since these bikes do not come with a sixth gear. And fifth gear, don't get me wrong, fifth gear on this bike is actually a pretty tall gear, meaning that you have a lot of room in it. But if I could extend that out for higher speeds when I'm highway traveling and on longer trips, I think it's worth a look. So that may, and I just want to get some opinions on it. What do you guys think of that? Has anybody done that before? Has anybody gone to a 39 tooth sprocket or maybe even a 38 tooth sprocket to help with that? I mean, obviously, it's not going to do anything to improve the speed of the bike or anything like that. But what it's going to do, again, is improve the amount of RPMs that you're wrapping out all the time. When you're at higher speeds. Just a thought. Tell me what you guys think. Also, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think of these handguards and the lowers down there. Let me know if you think they're cool, if you think that they're stupid. Doesn't bother me. One way or the other, everybody's opinion matters. Just be polite. And if you have not already, please consider subscribing to the channel. Join the family of the proud Honda Shadow folks. Shadow Nation, as I like to call it. So if you'd like to see more about me, actually how I installed these wind deflectors on the bike, you can check out this video right over here, or right over here, or right over here. I want to thank everybody so much for watching me and my Shadow, and we will see you again on the next one.